No one expected this moment to happen on stage. In the middle of the concert, Jin suddenly made a move that instantly caught Jungkook and Taehyung off guard. The crowd screamed louder than ever as all three of them turned a normal performance into something fans will never forget. Jungkook couldn't stop smiling, Taehyung looked completely stunned, and Jin kept the surprise going like he planned it all along. Cameras were shaking, fans were crying, and social media exploded within minutes. But the craziest part came right after this moment, because what they did next had everyone talking nonstop. What happened next changed the entire atmosphere inside the stadium. The energy that had already reached its peak suddenly became even more intense as Jin stepped forward with a confidence that drew every eye in the arena toward him. Jungkook stayed close, still laughing in disbelief, while Taehyung tried to hold his composure but could not hide the excitement written all over his face. It was clear that whatever had just happened was not part of the usual plan, and fans immediately sensed they were witnessing a rare, unscripted moment. The audience reaction became impossible to ignore. Thousands of voices blended into one overwhelming roar, echoing through the venue like thunder. Light sticks moved wildly across the darkness, creating a sea of emotion around the stage. Even people watching from the farthest seats could feel something unforgettable was unfolding. Phones were raised everywhere, hands shaking as fans tried to capture every second before it disappeared forever. Jin then gave another playful signal, the kind that instantly creates chaos in the best possible way. Jungkook's smile widened as if he knew something bigger was coming, while Taehyung's expression shifted between surprise and admiration. Their chemistry was effortless, the type of connection that cannot be rehearsed or faked. It was one of those moments that reminds everyone why their bond feels so powerful whenever they stand together. Online reactions began exploding before the performance had even ended. Clips started spreading at incredible speed, with fans replaying the same few seconds over and over trying to understand what really happened. Some believed it was a hidden inside joke between them. Others were convinced it was a spontaneous challenge that only they could pull off in front of tens of thousands of people. Every angle revealed something new, making the moment even more addictive to watch. But beneath the fun and laughter, there was something deeper happening. Fans noticed how naturally they looked after each other, how one movement from Jin was enough for Jungkook and Taehyung to instantly respond without hesitation. It showed trust, timing, and years of friendship built beyond cameras and stages. That emotional layer turned a funny viral clip into something much more meaningful. As the music continued, the crowd waited for another surprise. Every small gesture suddenly felt important. Every glance between them made fans scream again. The tension inside the stadium was no longer about the next song, but about whether they would continue the unexpected chaos they had just started. Even the members themselves seemed unable to stop smiling. Then came the moment nobody was ready for. Just when fans thought the surprise was over, all three moved together again in perfect sync, creating a second wave of screams louder than the first. It lasted only seconds, but the reaction was massive. People jumped, cried, and hugged strangers beside them. The cameras caught pure joy from every direction. By the time the stage lights shifted and the performance moved forward, everyone knew they had witnessed one of those legendary concert memories that fans talk about for years. It was spontaneous, emotional, hilarious, and impossible to recreate the same way twice. And yet, many believe the most shocking detail was still hidden in those final seconds that only the sharpest fans managed to notice. As videos from the concert continued spreading across every platform, fans began slowing down each frame to uncover what really happened during those final seconds. What first looked like a simple, playful interaction suddenly appeared far more meaningful when seen closely. Jin's expression changed for a brief moment, softer and more sincere than anyone expected. Jungkook noticed it instantly, while Taehyung's reaction seemed to confirm that something unplanned had just taken place. That tiny shift sent the fandom into another wave of emotion. Millions of viewers started sharing theories, edits, and emotional reactions, each one convinced they had found the hidden truth inside the chaos. Some focused on the timing between their movements. Others pointed out how quickly Jungkook turned toward Jin, almost as if he understood a message no one else could hear. Taehyung's smile, which appeared for only a second, became one of the most discussed details online. The more people watched, the bigger the moment became. It was no longer just about a funny stage surprise. It had transformed into a symbol of connection, trust, and years of shared history between them. Fans who had followed them since the beginning felt deeply emotional, saying it reminded them of how naturally they always supported one another even in the loudest and most unpredictable moments. Inside the stadium, those who were there in person described a feeling cameras could not fully capture. They said the air changed the instant all three stood together again. There was a sense of warmth mixed with excitement, as if everyone understood they were watching something rare. The screams were loud, but beneath the noise was an overwhelming feeling of gratitude from thousands of people who knew they were lucky to witness it live. Jin then did something many almost missed. As the lights moved across the stage and attention shifted elsewhere, he glanced back for a split second. It was subtle, but powerful enough to spark another storm online. Fans debated whether it was directed at Jungkook, Taehyung, or the crowd itself. Whatever the reason, that single glance carried more emotion than words ever could. Jungkook's reaction added even more mystery. He tried to continue normally, but his smile kept returning as if he was replaying the moment in his mind. Several clips showed him briefly lowering his head, laughing to himself, unable to hide how much the surprise affected him. Fans instantly connected to that honesty. It felt genuine, unrehearsed, and impossible to fake. Taehyung, meanwhile, seemed calm on the surface, but just as affected. He carried himself with composure, yet his eyes kept returning toward the others. Viewers noticed that every time the camera caught him afterward, there was still that lingering smile. It was the kind of expression people make when they know they have just lived through something special. As night turned into morning in different parts of the world, the moment only grew larger. Fan pages translated reactions into dozens of languages. New edits with dramatic music reached millions of views. Comment sections filled with people saying they watched the same clip for hours and still felt emotional each time. Even casual viewers who were not expecting to care found themselves drawn into the mystery. What made it so powerful was how simple it actually was. No grand speech, no planned announcement, no huge special effect. Just three people sharing one spontaneous moment on stage, and somehow making an entire world feel connected through it. That kind of impact cannot be manufactured. It happens naturally and only rarely. Yet one final detail remained unsolved. In the clearest angle released later, fans noticed Taehyung mouthing something right before the second synchronized move. The audio was drowned out by screams, making it impossible to hear. But many believe those silent words may explain everything that happened next and why Jin and Jungkook reacted the way they did moments later.